Welcome to Car Crazy Katie. Keep watching because I'm off to the track. Hello and welcome to Car Crazy Katie, a brand new series. In today's show, I share with you one of my little crackers. We'll show you how to abuse a perfectly good Mini, and later you can get close up with me. I'm here today at the racetrack at Oulton Park for an easy track day. Let's go and check it out. We're off to this week's main venue, Oulton Park in Cheshire, where I find out what goes on at a track day. I've never been to a track day before and was dying to know what it's all about. Today is what is known as Run What You've Brung, which means you can take your normal road car out for a spin on the track. But when I say normal, look at the kind of wheels these guys brought along. Wow! I was told that racing round on a real race circuit, the cars undergo stresses far greater than those experienced on the average road. So everyone has to ensure their cars are in top condition, especially the brakes and the tyres. You need to tape up your lights and tidy your car too. It's distracting and dangerous to have rubbish flying around inside the car. Although it is a fun day on the track, there is a lot of rules and regulations the drivers have to stick to. So can you explain some of them to us?
I most certainly will. First thing the drivers are going to be aware of when they go on the circuit is safety things. First thing that they're going to be looking out for is a yellow flag. If they get a yellow flag situation on the circuit, it's like a cautionary flag. It basically means they have to slow down because they could be approaching an incident or a car could have had an accident. So whenever there's a yellow flag, they always must slow down the pace to a safe space. Also, we have things like red flags. If we can't clear the incident safely or the marshals don't feel as though they're safe clearing the incident while the other cars are on, they will then actually red flag the whole situation. Everybody then must return back to the pits and stop. To help the faster cars overtake the slower cars, they use a blue flag. The blue flag's waved at the slower guys. The guys in the slower cars then look for a safe place, move over to one side of the circuit and let the faster cars accelerate past.
Right, well that's quite easy to understand.
Yeah, it's not too bad, it's not difficult.
We'll be coming back to the track in a little while when I'll be trying to get out there myself. But first, here's a look at one of my little crackers. In Katie's Crackers each week, I get to show you some of my favourite cars. This week is the gorgeous Ferrari 355 Spider.
It is an older model of a Ferrari because there is a new model out, but it still has a very big cult following for these vehicles. 355 Spider meaning soft top.
Right.
Okay. The engine's in the rear.
Right.
It's a 3.5 litre engine. The brake horsepower of 375, so tremendously quick.
So what are we looking at 0 to 60?
Probably circa 5 seconds.
5 seconds, that is quick. What features have we got going on, like inside the car?
Well, this particular car, this has what they call a paddle shift gearbox.
Right.
It's in Ferrari terms, it's called F1.
Right.
Which is basically a manual gearbox which was developed from Formula One. So you actually have paddles behind the steering wheel which you change.
So it's like a race car?
Yeah, it's like a race car. That's what it is, a road-going race car. What we'd like to call a classic Ferrari.
Right. And I think red is the best colour in this car.
Red is definitely the best colour for Ferrari.
It is, isn't it?
And most people you speak to that have dreamt of owning a Ferrari or actually own one will say red is the best colour.
Yeah, fantastic. Right, let's have a look round the front. It's got these flip-up headlights.
It's got the flip-up headlights, yes. Also the Ferrari badge. I don't know if you know where the name Ferrari came from.
I know it's Italian, but I think you should tell our viewers.
Yeah, well, as far as I'm aware, it's quite a common name in Italy, and it means somebody that works with metal, like Smith.
Smith?
Yeah, Smith.
So all those people out there who think they're driving a Ferrari, really, you're driving a Smith. How good is that? Apparently it's got a distinctive noise to the engine, these Ferraris, aren't they?
Most definitely. Every Ferrari that you actually see, each one of them has a different engine tone.
Right.
And the 355, in my opinion, it's all about opinions, it sounds the best Ferrari on the road.
Right.
It sounds rather like a motorbike. It's got a gorgeous scream to it. And from a man's point of view, that's what it's all about, the sound of a car.
And can I ask you something? Are you going to fire up? Because we need to hear it.
Yeah, sure.
Come on.
I can do that for you.
And can I have a quick drive?
Well, possibly. tone of the car when I rev it.
Vroom, vroom. Go, baby! Do that one more time. That sound.
Do you want to have a sit in, Katie?
Can I?
Yeah.
You know. Woo! I have to say, that's the nicest car I've ever sat in anyway. But so, thanks very much for your time.
You're welcome.
That was lovely. We're back at the track day at Oulton Park in Cheshire. You know, to really enjoy a track day, you need to familiarise yourself with the circuit as much as you can. A good tip is to watch videos from race meetings, or you could even play computer games which your circuit is used on. At the very least, get hold of a map of the circuit and learn it. I've bumped into Simon, who's got some fantastic cars down here today. Simon, give me the lowdown of this beauty.
Yes, Katie. It looks a bit like an aeroplane, doesn't it? But it's actually a Toyota Supra. It's got a straight 6-cylinder engine with twin turbos. It's quite an awesome machine to drive.
Yep. What modifications have you done to it?
Nothing. It's got the veil side, which is a factory-fitted veil side,
Right.
a spoiler, the front spoiler and the rear spoiler. It's come standard with 6-speed gearbox,
Right.
power steering, so it's got the twin turbo. So it's developing about 360 brake horsepower.
How fast is it top end?
Around about 175 miles an hour.
Is that fast? I have to say, it's very good looker, isn't it?
It is. It does
It's
look
in
nice.
good shape, good body work. Okay, so let's go out.
Okay,
You
Katie.
show me what you can and cannot do.
Right, fine. Should we go?
Let's go. The
Okay.
Toyota Supra 3-litre twin turbo is well known as being one of the most brashiest cars on the road. This one's been tuned by Simon and his team, and it pumps out a whopping 360 brake horsepower. Woo-hoo! With its cockpit style interior, I couldn't help but prepare for takeoff. Is it quicker than a Porsche? No.
No, I'll tell you in a minute. We're passing, yes. Oh, he's letting us go. Yes, it is quicker than a Porsche.
I knew we had ABS and traction control, but the power and noise in the Supra was enough to get anybody excited. Rear wheel spin and back end snaking made hard work for Simon, but I think together we eventually tamed the beast. I'll be back out in another of Simon's cars a little bit later. First, it's time to take a look at one of the top-notch modified motors one of our viewers own.
Yeah, well basically it's a 20 valve turbo out of an Audi 1.8 turbo. 2 cams, 5 valves per cylinder, 4 cylinders. And what I've done is I've put it in, but I've used the bigger turbo off of an Impreza 22B, which ouch is hot. And an intercooler, and it's running about 19 pounds of boost. It runs 330 brake. So it's not bad for a little 1.8.
But surely it costs a fortune.
The engine itself costs me about £2,000 second hand. The turbo, buying a turbo there, £800. But I fitted everything myself because to have this done professionally is almost £10,000 now, which is just not worth it on a car of this age.
Isn't it incredible what some of you guys spend on your motors?
I don't know, it's a bit of an adrenaline rush, I suppose, and it's competing with other people. I know that in the real world there's cars that are loads quicker, but within, as I say, the GTI bubble world, it's very competitive and it's good fun. And it's in a way, it's not all about money. That's the thing, because a lot of people have got a lot of money, but it's hard work, putting it together yourself. And it's lovely to try and win something. I've never won anything so far, but I'm hopefully this year I'll win at least one trophy.
That's all for part 1, but still to come in part 2, we take a look at some mad minis. I get back out on the track with Simon and let you get close up. See you soon. Welcome back to Car Crazy Katie. Coming up in part 2, we go mini mad with Russ Swift. And I'm back out on the track with Simon's Supercars. Back at the Oulton Park track day and things are hotting up. When you come to a track day, here's a great tip. Wear a pair of thin-soled shoes. Racing boots are ideal, but trainers with worn-down soles work well. The thicker the soles, the less feel and control you will have. Ever try driving in wellies? Well, we're back at the track again, and I have to say, Simon, this car really takes my eye. I love the colour, so tell me more about it.
Okay, well the colour's Sonic Blue. It's
Right.
a Subaru. It's the new age STI. Another one that is not actually in this country yet. We've
Right.
imported it from Japan.
Do you think it's going to be a popular car?
I think it will be a popular car. It's a lot different to the older model. The headlamps are different.
Yeah.
And this has got a 6-speed gearbox.
It's slightly nicer shaped, I think.
Yeah, I think it's nice. I like the vent on
Yeah,
the bonnet.
I like the vent
yeah,
at the front.
which is to keep the turbo cool. It's a 6-speed gearbox.
Right.
They're about £33,000. This particular model develops 320 brake horsepower
Right.
as opposed to the standard model 280, so this is the one under 320.
Is it rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive?
Now this is 4-wheel drive with anti-yaw control, so what that means is
So it handles the road a lot better.
it does it as it loses traction on one wheel, it will actually transfer the traction to another wheel, so it's very, very good on the track, Katie.
Brilliant. Right, should we go out in it?
Yes, let's go out in it.
Come on then.
Okay.
The Subaru Impreza has been around for a number of years now and just keeps getting better. This is the STI, the latest version to hit the market.
Oh, this is going to be a fast one, I can tell.
Can't you?
Yeah.
With 260 brake horsepower to all four wheels and the new brakes and traction control unit,
Much better feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, just sticks, doesn't it?
this car is one of the best handling cars here today.
Wow! It handles superb, doesn't it?
The colour, the power and the noise all made for a fantastic ride.
That has got to be the quickest standard saloon car going round a track. The way it handles it slides, bends, it just stuck to the road like a magnet. It was absolutely fantastic. I loved every minute of it.
You enjoyed that, Katie?
Oh, I loved it. I did. It
Okay.
was brilliant.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but my first car was a Mini, but I never got up to anything like this. We met up with top stunt driver Russ Swift and he took 5 minutes out to show us exactly what a Mini can do. Don't try this at home, kids.
My name is Russ Swift. I'm a precision driver or stunt driver. I do things like handbrake turns, reverse spins, drive on 2 wheels, donuts, make a car, do lots of exciting things basically. I've been doing this type of thing 30 years now. I started off doing motorsport, rallying, won 4 British championships and got asked to go and show off my tricks in public. And for the last 20 years I've toured the world doing TV commercials, car launches, live displays like this and lots of interesting things with cars.
Russ really enjoys his stunt work and taking a Mini for a spin. Get it?
The thing I enjoy most about this job is it's always challenging. Everywhere you go there's a different challenge and it's very rewarding to overcome the challenges and perform to the best of your ability and impress the people who are watching. On a day like today, I'll do what I call my standard live show. I've got a couple of world records and I start off with reenactment of those. I've got the world record for a manoeuvre called the J turn or the reverse spin, and that involves getting up to maximum speed in the reverse and then spinning the car to the forwards direction without stopping. I do that in the smallest space. I do it in a space that's about 1 metre wider than the car's long. I've also got the world record for a manoeuvre called the parallel park, which is part of your driving test now, where you've got to reverse park between 2 cars. I actually park between 2 cars with 6 inches to spare at either end in 2 seconds. I've established that record several times, and at the moment the record's 33 centimetres longer than the car.
Russ takes his Mini stunt shows all around the UK and Europe.
I don't really know What's the hardest thing I do? I try and make everything challenging. When I do a live display, I try and leave room for error. But when I've set that record for the parallel parking, that is really difficult to get it that close. Although I've got about 6 inches to spare at either end once I'm in there. To get in there, you haven't got that much to play with. And when I set the world record, I did it for TV, and I actually did it 7 times for them. And you are pushing your luck there. But like I said, I don't normally stretch myself that far. I just do enough to impress without causing any accidents. The thing that draws me to the Mini is it's just perfect for the type of thing I do. It's agile, manoeuvrable, great fun to drive, very responsive. And I started my career in a Mini. In 1968 I navigated for a friend of mine in a Mini, and then I went on to win the British Championships in a Mini. And over the years I've celebrated various birthdays of the Mini. We recreate the Italian job, which is great fun, going in the back of a truck with ramps out the back. And now that the new Mini's out, I've been involved with the launch of that. I'm off to San Francisco in the new year to launch it in America, probably travelling all over the world doing launches for it, doing lots of dealer promotions. I just kind of get away from the Mini, really.
Talking to the drivers here today, I found out that driving hard on a race circuit is physically and mentally tiring. In fact, brain fade is a more common cause of track day accidents than brake fade. So far today, everyone is raring to go and we're accident free. So for me, I'm 2 down, 1 to go with the Supercars, so here I go again.
Well, there's a lot of nice cars here today, but I have to say this one has really taken my eye. Banana yellow?
Dandelion yellow, Katie. But we can forgive you that mistake.
Yeah. I have to say I prefer this one to the Evo 6. I think it's nicely shaped.
You like the shape? Not quite as aggressive as the Evo 7.
No, it's more subtle.
It's quite a unique car, really. There's not many Evo 7s in the country at the moment. We first imported them from Japan directly. Rally Art's not going to have them until about November. But what's more special about this one is it's actually 349 brake horsepower.
Right, so it's a lot quicker than the last model.
Than the Evo 6 that we've seen, yes.
I reckon it's going to be a lot more popular.
Yeah, I think so. And 349 brake horsepower, 4-wheel drive, anti-yaw control. I think it's going to be exciting on the track, Katie.
I can't wait to get it on the track because it's supposed to be superb handling and performance.
It is, absolutely excellent.
What we're waiting for?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Simon saved the best till last. The Mitsubishi Evo 7 is one of the most talked about cars at present, and it's easy to see why. Driving round in the Evo is quite refined, but once the engine gets revving, you realise what this car is all about. It just sticks to the road. It's one hell of a car, and the driver wasn't too bad either.
Oh yes! This one is definitely faster! Yes, this one has definitely got the end of the series. Whoa! Whoa! Does it feel a lot faster today?
I don't know really, it does feel faster.
Oh, I'm really enjoying this.
You're enjoying this one?
Yeah.
Right, which do you think then?
Definitely.
The STI or the Evo 7?
The Evo 7. Definitely got the edge on the STI. I eat my words.
I thought lines were the things I had to do after school, but here, lines are essential to follow to make sure your car takes bends properly. I'm sure you all know me better from the late night programmes here on Men and Motors. Each week on Car Crazy Katie, I let you into my thoughts on the world of cars and high speeds.
My first car was a Mini, which I learnt to drive in. I always wanted a different car, but I think my dad got me this car because it was a very safe car and I couldn't go stupid in it. And I remember when I first got it, I used to get in it and I used to think I was going really, really fast. With it being so little and everything, I felt like I was doing 100 miles an hour, but really I must have been doing 50. So yeah, it was a fun little car, I really enjoyed driving it. I don't know what it is with cars, I love everything about a car. I love driving cars, I love putting cars through its gears and everything. And I think with it being a Mini, I was kind of
I was so daring in it because I could get through like little tiny gaps and everything, and I used to overtake people, and I was just like off. I was totally speed queen, mad. I remember thinking, because it was my 18th, my dad said to me, all right, I'm going to treat you now to a nice car. And we were looking around, and I remember seeing this black Golf at the back of the showroom, and it was absolutely stunning. And I was like, Dad, that's the car for me. And we took it for a little test drive, and it was just fantastic. Even though it was a fast car, it felt very safe because they're very solid, with it being a German cars are, you find, don't you? And that was it. And I got that car and I had some very good times in it. I got a Tighe after that, after the Golf, which I weren't very keen on. I don't think they were designed that well, a Tighe. It used to mist up a lot, and the handling of the car around corners, it wasn't, I didn't feel that safe in it, shall I say. The BMW, because I got the 2.8 Roadster, and I really like the Z3 because I really like the shape, because they're kind of modelled off a shark, they say, with all the vents in the side and everything. And I like it because it's got a big front end, so you know, it's all the power's there. And it's just because I've never a two-seater. I wanted a two-seater as well, and a soft top, and something I'd saved up for. And I thought, you know, I'm really going to enjoy driving this Tighe because it was such a nice car. This week I've been enjoying a day at Oulton Park. There's so much to learn to being a top race driver, so I better get some practice in. For more information on how to get involved in a track day, check out the Men and Motors website, www.menandmotors.co.uk.
Well, I've had a fantastic day at Oulton Park. I recommend a track day to anybody. The only thing is, it's absolutely knackered, so I'm going to take it nice and easy on the way home.
Katie, you've got to drive quicker.
I'm tired. See you later.
I hope you've enjoyed this week's show. Join me on Car Crazy Katie next week when I'll be meeting the drag races at York. And there's another one of my crackers for you. See you then.